Good morning, 23rd of August 21, Indonesians to Embark 2. The intrinsic value of one seafarer on board a foreign ship is 22 million. How did I get to this calculation? Well, if we get average $20,000 per seafarer per year brought to Indonesia, then times 11, because we also have 10 indirect jobs. This seafarer buys bread, school, they buy food, they buy insurance, they pay a mortgage, and then everything, all the services, then this money is multiplied by 11 and spread out in Indonesia. So the impact to the gross domestic product is $220,000 per year, because $1 is spent times 10. Therefore, it is 11 times in a year that this dollar is moved. This is how I got to this calculation. Therefore, in 100 years, the intrinsic value generated by one seafarer is $22 million. So these seafarers are heroes. I hope that the police, the medicals, these airports, the agents, the maritime schools, they train them, they look after them, they help them so that they get the certificates, because these are heroes that bring to Indonesia 22 million in 100 years time. So these are very also important, because these heroes are very well spread out, and throughout Indonesia they put this money wherever the families are, so that is very well spread throughout all the different islands of Indonesia. And that's the beautiful thing about it. It doesn't just go to one pocket. No, it goes to as many seafarers as Indonesia has. So I look forward to get these CVs. There is a video about application in Candina, and it's very important for us to get this application full filled, because it is much faster, the process of selection interviews. We do interviews for the candidates and then sending the proposals to clients, and for data protection and so on. It's very, very important. We also need, say, for example, now captains, $10,000, container, 20,000 tons. Sorry, chief engineer, $10,000, second engineer, $7,000, chief officer, $7,000, electrician, $4,700. The juniors, I'm not so interested in the junior officers' wages if I was a junior. Why? Because if Candina is rowing now in the container fleets, for example, and I can be a master in 3 years' time, in 2 years' time, or 3 years' time, I can be a chief engineer, then my wage of $3,000, $3,500, $4,000, $4,200 is really not important. Why? Because in 2 years' time, I can be chief officer of $7,000. In 4 years' time, I can be a captain, $10,000. So I need these people from Indonesia, and these people from Indonesia are critical to Indonesia too, that they grow up the ladder, so they can be one day Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Maritime Training, and then go into other sectors, from containers to gas, LNG, chemicals. So please like and subscribe Indonesia this video, and then apply online, because in Candina we have a digital system of application. There is a video about application, as I mentioned, so that it's much faster for us to employ you and contact you. As I mentioned, now there is a huge shortage worldwide of officers. In 2025, it is, or 2030, there is International Chamber of Shipping study that there is going to be a 25% shortage of officers. So what is going to happen? That the juniors are going to promote very, very, very fast, skyrocket, you see. Those that don't want to promote are not going to be promoted, but those that really haven't thought about it, they would be just captains, bluff, just like a magician. Then the same thing for chief engineers, and then same thing for electricians. I mean, if we start at $4,700, $4,500 as an electrician, that's not the main thing, you see. The main thing is that we are in a sector, in the container side, for example, that has grown up the rates 360% in 1 year. So what is going to happen if I am just suddenly a electrician going from $4,500? Then probably in the short term, my rate of increasing wages would be much higher than what those at shore. First of all, because I have no tax. And second of all, because supply and demand, if there is going to be a shortage of 25%, would I be right saying that there will be a 25% growth in the wages? Well, I don't really know, but what would be right to say is that everybody around me on board the ships would be very happy because the possibilities of future are here. So therefore, please, Indonesians To Embark video number 2, like and subscribe. We need to have much more CVs from you all the way, all the types of ranks, application, and we are doing direct relationship in Candina. Why? Because we have to be competitive, and our fee plus cost, it is always separated. We never act in Candina as lump sum. So we can show our clients that we have a 2% agency fee, and then you must know how much we charge for that crew management services. And therefore, it is very important that you subscribe this Indonesia, and you join this merchant fleet because there is going to be shortage. And if you are in the government, please get your act together regarding endorsements. There is Indonesian certificates approved by all the different flags in the world. Well, then get these agreements done with the different flags, because it's very important that there is no barrier of entry of Indonesian certificates. Also, it's very important to invest in the maritime schools, because like in Europe, no one has really invested, and they have a big disadvantage, competitive disadvantage, which is that the 27 state members, they don't have one policy. It's like fighting the virus, 250 countries. We lost it from the first day. So the advantage of Indonesia is that there's a huge population of 200 million that even growing, that can have just one policy, maritime policy, and also it's very strategically well situated, and with a very good smell of our salted sea, beautiful salted sea that we have in Indonesia. Therefore, it would be much easier to have these youngsters start as ratings and then go all the way up the ladder. It's very important to foster this and to copy the best training schemes in the world, like in Russia, like in Eastern Europe. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Take care. Bye.